What is going on YouTube? Um, got a little bit of a video here, nothing really crazy, try to keep it under 5 minutes. Got some new stuff here. I got a Murray Track 2, which I've actually had. It's a long story, and I'm going to do a separate video on it because it involves my mental health, and I haven't talked to you guys about it really much just because I know I don't have like a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of followers, a bunch of stuff like that. I do this mainly as a hobby. I also like to do it to keep track of what I'm doing in my life and stuff like that. It's kind of like, cause I have like video content from on here from 20 all the way from 2015, so I have like 10 years worth of stuff on here. Um, and I had a lot more. I actually deleted a lot of it, but as you can see, my hoard of stuff is just out of control, but I'm done hoarding stuff. And I know a lot of hoarders say, "Oh yeah, I'm done." No, I'm really done because of the mental health thing that I went through a couple days ago, and I'm gonna make a video just on that and just the health and what's been going on. Right now, I'm gonna try to stay on a lighter note and try to just explain what's going on here. Um, my race bike is done, all done. Needs the carburetor needs to be tuned. It needs to be cleaned. If after I clean it, it doesn't run 100%, I need to put a pulse pump on it. Once that pulse pump's on it, it is totally done. There's a little bit of issue with the chain. Oh shit, with the chain and alignment. But other than that, that bike is ready to go with my mental health and what's going on. I can't race that bike right now. And I don't know when I will be able to because when I planned on building this bike, was traveling to PA, I was traveling all over the place, and now I can't travel. So, um, that's kind of a problem. So, that bike's going to be kind of put away for storage, so to speak, just because I don't want to ride it. Like during the summer months and when the weather's nice, I'm gonna probably maybe take it out once a month, just around the yard, a couple laps, or maybe take it if once I can travel a little bit, take it to some tracks and stuff. Um, Batavia Speedway or Batavia Raceway is opening up, and that's a flat track place. And there was rumors that they were thinking about running mini bikes. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll see. But that's enough of that. The rest of this stuff is all restorational stuff with shows and stuff that I can't make it to right now because of mental health. So it's kind of like, what's the point of doing it? But just to keep me busy and keep up the hobby, it's fine. I got the Sears here. I got another Sears. I got an Arco. And all the motors that I had have a use for them. Every motor on the bottom shelf here, it has to get restored and just restored in general. Whatever. The Kawasaki right there, that Kawasaki is going on the Sears. Those two Briggs motors, those are getting restored. The two-stroke motors, I don't know what I'm doing with. The Hisun motors down there, they're just staying there. These, that Briggs is, I don't know what I'm doing with that. There's a Briggs in a box I bought for $3. Who knows? Um, Getting off topic here, and I don't want to get too far off topic, and I'm already almost at my 5 minute mark. Um, we have some new ones. We have a Wheel Horse Lawn Ranger, and the goal was just to get it restored or get it to a better state. And well, not restored, just get it running, moving, working, and then just keeping it the way it is and using it for Alexander. And then Churchville has like a little tractor show they do, and I live in Churchville, so one of those two, as well as there's another tractor show in Palmyra too. So that was kind of the idea for this, is to get it ready for that. I really an impulsive buy, really tricky situation with. I did a trade with a guy, and it just did not work out great because of me. He was he was fine. It's just my mental state. A weird thing happened that hasn't happened before to me, which is kind of a red flag, and it's kind of telling me that I might need to talk to a medical professional about potential medications because it's just. And I'll have to explain in the other video because I don't want to get too far into it. The plan for this, I guess, is to try to fix this hood. It's all fiberglass on this, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's all fiberglass. I want to fix the hood If not, replace it with a different hood from Wheel Horse. So find a different Wheel Horse hood, cut it, make it fit, or see if somebody that can fab metal can actually just reproduce this. And if they do reproduce it, I actually might have them leave this out. So just make the rest of the hood, but leave this open, and I'll put like a wire mesh in there. I think that'd look pretty badass. I want to get some like tractor lug, like those heavy duty tractor tires with the V tread on the back, normal turf savers up front, and then depending what way I go with this, if I get an old lawn boy hood, or not lawn boy, wheel horse hood, I'm probably not gonna paint anything. If I get a brand new hood though, there's like I find somebody that can make me a hood, and they're reasonable, I am gonna take everything off this, repaint it, and repaint the wheels white, and kind of have like a little restoration. Motor wise, it has a 7 horsepower Tecumseh. I don't like it. Personally, ooh, we got a little bump here. I don't like it. It's just I don't like the way these linkages are, and I don't like the way just how old the motor is. I just don't like it. I don't like working on it. I don't like anything about it. It's just not my cup of tea. So the plan is to swap another motor into it. If I'm gonna try to tinker with this a little bit more, give it a little bit more of a chance, but I don't want to do anything with it, to be honest. I kind of just want to go out, find an old Kawasaki push mower engine, or go on smallenginewarehouse.com, find a motor that's similar to this, and just put it on here. So far, the Kawasaki and then Kohler makes a Command Pro. Those are the only ones that are reasonably priced. Briggs and Stratton has some motors, but they're not reasonably priced, in my opinion. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I think those would be cool. I don't think it would take away from it at all. I'm sure some guys think it would. From what I hear, though, nobody really cares about these tractors. Nobody gives a shit. I've posted this up on Wheel Horse, and nobody cares, which is sad. But I like it because it's small. You could get a really small trailer because I have a Kia, and you can just ride around on this thing, which is pretty sweet. So I like it. But that's all I got for this. And it has a really solid rear end. It has the Peerless 600 series in it, which is cool. So it's a solid little mower. So I was going to take it for some shows, and then when around here, I can tow jacks around with it and stuff. But that's the tractor, and I'm going to try to do what I want to do with it. If I can't, I'll sell it to a collector and have them work on it, and it'll be saved by a collector. But that's my plan for it. I don't want to get hooked on tractors because I just cannot afford that. As you can see, I can have mini bikes, but tractors they take up a lot more room, and yeah. If I got like another little rug tractor, that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. Getting off topic, well, not really getting off topic, moving topics. This Murray, um, as I was telling you guys, I have a bunch of motors that I want to keep, and this H50 I got this back in like spring of 2023, and I think this H50 would be really cool on this Murray, and it doesn't look like it belongs there. So that's the plan with the Murray. I'm not painting it. I'm not doing anything crazy. The only thing I'm going to paint is the seat. So you see where it's blue and stuff? I'm going to paint that gray, and then I'm going to leave the motor gray and see how that looks. If it doesn't look good, I'm going to repaint the motor the color of the bike and see how that looks. I don't know. But that's the motor. It's going to get a torque converter on it. I'm going to try to attempt to put a torque converter on it. If I can't, it's going to have a straight chain, a clutch. I'm going to get the 62 sprocket from Studs, some disc brakes from Almighty Mini Bike, and that's it. That's it. And the bike's done. And this is going to be my own personal little bike because I clearly have an attachment to this bike, and I'll dive into that more in the mental health video. But that's it for that build. That is it. I'm not doing nothing else. So, and it's the same thing with the Seer. So the Kawasaki, the Tecumseh, they all have a home now. All my motors have a home. The rest of them just need to get restored, and that's really it. So I got some Lawn Boy motors here that need to go somewhere. Not sure where. If I should just keep the carburetors off them or keep them for parts. I don't know. But this garage needs to get kind of overhauled. And yeah, once we're done with these projects, I don't know what the next chapter is for me. I don't know what the next chapter is, and I don't know where I'm going to be at mentally. Physically, I don't know where I'm going to be at either. Um, we're just going to get them done. We're going to get them done slowly but surely. They're going to look as good as they can look. Um, I and that's all we can do in all reality. Um, we're going to get this Arco done. I think first things first is to finish up that Manco. You guys haven't seen that. Manco's looking good. We're going to finish up the Manco. We're going to, after the Manco, we're going to do this Murray here. And then after that, we're going to do either the Arco or we're going to start with the tractor. I'm not sure. With the season coming to an end here, I don't know what I'm going to tinker with, and I don't have a heated garage. Probably the tractor. We're probably going to do the Murray and this tractor after the Manco. And the Arco is probably going to go over to my dad's, and we'll start working on it down there because he has heat in the basement. But once this chapter is over in my life, I don't know what the plan is. I have 2 other mini bikes I want to do, which is a drag racing bike, but with the way things are right now, there's really no point in doing that. And then the RFC Micro Mini, just because it's such a weird, unique little bike. And I think, technically speaking, I bought this tractor here for Alexander to ride around and to see the place when I'm better. But realistically, I didn't pick a mini bike because we're not really supposed to ride mini bikes according to them. But I think an RFC Micro Mini, realistically, it's such a tiny little bike, and it doesn't move fast, especially with a straight clutch, that I probably could get away with that. So yeah, that's the kind of the idea and the gist, and kind of what I'm thinking here. This tractor right now, we'll see. I'm not in love with it, but it has potential. I just, with my mental health and not me being able not to go places right now, I kind of am like, why did I do that? Why did I go out and get another project that I have 10,000? It's just the ADHD and the OCD and all that shit is just starting to wear on me bad, and it's just driving me nuts. So, we'll see what happens. This is the end of the video. I don't want to drag it on any longer than that. I could talk for days and days and days, but yeah, I guess we'll just see where the channel goes. I have another channel, which is the Vogler Small Engine channel. I'm probably going to only do the restoration videos of the motors on there, just getting them to run and stuff, but other than that, that's really it. So, but that's the end of the video, and just my little update. So, I want to start doing some really good videos here, though, like some cinematography stuff. I don't want to be just doing me talking. So, at some point here, I'm going to just put the camera down and we're just going to start putting stuff together. Whether it's a time-lapse situation with some music or me talking. But, yeah. I'll see you guys.